Hi everyone, and welcome to your first tarot reading of 2026. Today is Tuesday the 13th. Of course it's 13. I love the number 13. Tuesday the 13th of January 2026, and I'm back here to do a tarot reading. Sorry I have missed a few weeks because it's over the Christmas, and then getting back to base was a bit difficult with flight issues. But we're here, we're back at base, trying to get back into the swing of things. So I have a little bit of time now, and I thought I'd just jump on and do a quick tarot reading for you. So we'll see how we go. I've got my main deck here, which I use for the tarot read, and I've got a couple of other decks dotted around. So we'll get a message for you, for me, for the collective, for the rest of this week. And I endeavour to do weekly readings, so we'll see how we get on. Do follow me on Facebook, do follow me on Instagram, because sometimes I'll just do little shorts or little one card reads on there, so you don't want to miss out on those if they come through as well, because it might be the right thing for you. It might be a message that you can receive, and it's good just to follow me, and then you keep updated on offers and on little mini readings that might come through. Brilliant. Okay, so without further ado, there are a lot of different little things that I want to bring to the table and bring to social media this year, which I'm kind of thinking about, playing around with some ideas already. The ideas, they just come, right? And then I have to write them down. So more on that later, but you're here for a tarot reading, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm just going to go straight in. I'm going to ask my guides who help with the tarot readings to come through. Because that allows me not only just to see the card and see the meaning in the card, but also to see them as a group together, and how the story develops, how the journey develops, and what information and advice can come through that way for you. So I hope you're well. I hope you had a nice Christmas. I hope you had a nice New Year. What I will say about January, and certainly just after New Year, we usually go into that whole thing where it's New Year, new beginning. Sorry, the hair's a bit all over the place today. New Year, new beginning, and you're just so full of hope and joy going into the new year. But I find this year was a little bit topsy-turvy. Things didn't go right for me. For some people I know, things didn't go right either. So I think there is an energy of 2025 lingering, and by that I mean it's the Chinese New Year is probably the more powerful transition period, that changeover. So our chosen New Year is the 1st of January, but perhaps actually the energy of New Year, new beginning doesn't start till Chinese New Year, which is the middle of February. And I feel that we are still unraveling that snake. So 2025, the year of the snake. 2026, February onwards, is the year of the fire horse. So it still feels like we're unraveling that old skin. It still feels, we've got one, it still feels like we are dealing with certain parts of our identity. So perhaps we're being triggered by things, and that makes us either shock, or makes us go deep, or makes us upset, or makes us question. And that's happening as well. And it's almost like we're squeezing out the last little bit of this difficult unraveling this really leaving stuff behind, but without being triggered into witnessing it and seeing it, and how you want to grow from it and grow out of it. If you're not having something to bump up against, you never have that understanding. So that's why challenge teaches us. We have to have the challenge, because when we have the challenge, we go deeper. And when we go deeper, we realize a part of our personality or self or spirit that has that strength, and is able to stand up, and is able to take motion forward, and is able to deal with something, or find a way, or find an answer, or find help, whatever is needed. So I'm waffling now. I don't know why all this is coming through. I hope it helps. I hope it makes sense. So let's see. Can we have some more cards, please, for this reading for today, for the collective that are watching? I hope you're well. If you've liked my stuff before, do subscribe. Hit the subscribe button when you see it. There is a notification bell. I think there is also a you can put it on high or something. What is that thing? I'm forgotten already. hype. You can hype it. You can hype this. So hype it. But certainly do give us a thumbs up and a like, because I know you'll have watched it. I'll know it has made some sort of sense and brought some value to you, because I want this to be valuable to you. You know, that's what the reader brings. It's a form of healing. It's a form of guidance. You know, it's bringing you some information that will help you understand your situation. And in understanding things a bit more, we can be proactive. We can take steps. We can acknowledge. Oh, there's one which is overturned, so I'm going to take that as well. It's this way on the thing, so I'm going to take that as well. And I'm thinking about these cards and what they're meaning. So let's take two more, please. Can I have two more cards, please? Two more cards for the read, please. That's one. And one more card, please, to finish this read, and then we'll use the other decks to... Oh, that's too many, but thank you. We'll just shuffle again. Just one more, please, for the read. There we go. Got our one, but it's gone over there. So I can see it from here. It's on the ground. It is the Ten of Swords. I'll just go get it 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Fabulous. I just had a little bite of something there as well. So, first card we have, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First card we have is the Two of Swords. So you can see here it's a decision. You have a question in your mind. You have two ways that you're thinking about. Swords are all about thoughts, about inspiration, about the mind. So you are wondering, you are thinking, you are having to do some introspection. She is wearing a band over her eyes, a blindfold in a sense. And that represents the fact that it might be time to look inwards. I can just hear the shop fronts making noise, so sorry about that. I might have to close the window in a bit. I have the window open. It's raining, it's grey, it's about 11 degrees, but it's warm enough to open the windows. I'm in a t-shirt. This is wonderful, right? I think it's going to get colder tomorrow, but then start to creep up again, so this is lovely. But as I was saying, there might be need to do some introspection, and that means just looking at your options, looking at these two options, weighing them up, but then just going into quiet and seeing what comes up for you in your body. Look at one scenario, feel really into it, and then just, how does your body feel? What's coming up in your body when you think about it? 1 second. We also have a moon, which is a crescent moon, so it could be new moon time. I haven't checked out my moon dates at the moment. There's butterfly here, so there's a transformation that's occurring because of this decision. Now there's a lot of blue in this as well. So blue is all about the throat chakra, about communication, about expression. We've got some blue and gold here, which is lovely. And it is that communication with that higher aspect of you. So therefore she is blindfolded because she has to stop the distractions of the world, which is our everyday, and cover her eyes so she's not blinkering herself in some way, so she's not distracted by everything that's around her, so then she can really tune in and receive downloads from the heavens as well. So the swords are pointed up to heaven, so the information is coming down through the sword to her. She does have her arms crossed across her chest or her upper abdomen, so there's a level of maybe self-protection, a level of keeping things to herself right now. But it is a bit of a quandary. It is a bit of two pathways. It is a bit of listening and learning. Oh, I can hear people outside. Let me just close the window. So like I said, that listening to the higher, maybe not saying so much, maybe observing more than saying, feeling into things. The water is quite choppy. So this decision, do I go this path or do I go this path, is causing you some upset. The water is quite choppy in the front here. I don't know if you can actually see that, but it is quite choppy there. So it is emotional. It's an emotional decision. But that's where you are right now. That's the energy of where we're going. On the back of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is all about patience, waiting. So there's this period of waiting while you're making this decision. Next we have the King of Cups. So it might be to do with a King of Cups. So the King of Cups is a water sign. So it can be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, usually Cancerian here. And this is someone who's emotional, someone who is tapped into his emotions, but maybe afraid to express his emotions. So often you would say with the Cancer type of person, they have this outer shell. So they're a bit more reserved with how they express their emotions, and yet they feel incredibly deeply. So if you know a Cancerian male, they can be the type that they're hugely emotionally attached to people. They have this huge well of emotion and can be brought to tears and sadness and this intense sensitivity very, very quickly. But they hide it. You wouldn't know. You might think that they're aloof. You might think that they're avoidant. But in fact, what it is their energy is so sensitive to everything, and they're so loving and they care about people, but it overwhelms them. And especially if they're male, because this is a king, it's difficult for men to express all that emotion, to have all that emotion, and having that emotion makes other people feel uncomfortable. So as a water sign, you can be very teary and very emotional, and your well of emotion can come up very, very quickly. And people can be very uncomfortable with that or annoyed by that, but it's because you feel so deeply. You have this sensation where you feel the pain of people and the pain of the world. And so he's here, and he is, very much the crab, very much reserved, very much has a certain amount of experience in life, hence getting to the king, it's more mature. And there is a little fish jumping out of the water here on the side. So there is this new opportunity coming. There is some new opportunity. You might be meeting a Cancerian male. You might be meeting someone who has this loving energy, this loving vibration. The water signs are all about motion, so about emotion and love. So you might be meeting somebody, or it might be with regards to someone, you might have this decision. Sorry, all these lights are just not really helping today. You might have this decision to make with regards to a Cancerian male in your life. Now, this person could be overseas. So in the Two of Wands, we're looking out into the distance, and we are wondering at what's happening across the water, over the horizon, across the way. So there's a distance between you and this person, or a distance between you and something in your life that you're emotionally attached to. So it's you've created a lot in your life. You've built something. The Wands are all about creativity, passions. They can be nature, the natural world, but something has ignited your passions here, and you've had this idea, which is the one wand, and you've managed to build it to a level which is the two wands. And so you're here now contemplating again. You're looking at your world, you're examining your world, you're looking at where everything is, where everything lies, where your family is, where your friends are, and how things change. We've got the salamander here, and that kind of changes, doesn't it? So it's that natural element, that fire element, but also changeability too. And so you're here at this point, and you're contemplating, and you're just looking and examining your world quite closely. And you're also aware of the distance that you are from something. So it could be that you're torn in making some decision with regards to a Cancerian male, or you are sensitive, and so you're keeping all of your, you're having to make this decision, and it's causing you emotional stress, but no one will know because you're kind of keeping that hidden, you're kind of keeping that in, right? And here you are, you're looking at all your options, you're looking at your world, you're looking across the water, you're looking at this distance that you have, and you're contemplating, what does that mean for you? You have achieved a certain spiritual element, you have achieved a certain physical element in your life, but we're going Two of Swords, Two of Wands. So we have this two, this torn between two element here. And then we have the moon. So the moon says we don't have the full story yet. Something is hidden. Moonlight shines in a direction, but everything else can be in the darkness. So we haven't got the full story. We haven't got the full information. So the moon is a little bit like something is hidden. Something's not revealed to us yet. So it will come. It will be revealed, but we're trying to figure out this answer, and it's saying we don't have the full story yet. So there's a wildness to you. There's a domestic side. We've got the animals here, the dogs, the wolf and the dog. So the wolf howls at the moon, and dogs are like wolves, so domesticated wolves in a sense, aren't they? So it's kind of pointing to that side of you as well, that the blend of the masculine and feminine, blend of the domestic and the wild. Perhaps there is this choice between who you're becoming or how you blend the two, and it's emotional and you're keeping a lot of it under wraps, but you're still looking out ahead into life and thinking, how can you make it work? This side of you, this pillar, you've got these pillars and this reflection. So it's a period of self-reflection. You've got this reflection in the water here, period of self-reflection. And again, it's the Cancerian card. So we have the little crab here, which again points to Cancer is end of June and into July. So this might come to fruition in July. There might be something revealed to you in July. So this might be further along. You also can see there's a face in the moon here. So the face relates to the hermit. Can you see that? There we go. The face relates to the hermit. So the hermit is someone who's happy in their own company. They're happy to live alone, spent quite a bit of time on their own, and through that they've learned a great deal. So they've had to rely on themselves. They've had to provide for themselves. They've had to stay self-assured. They've had to come up against all these challenges and do it themselves. And they've had to be in society and be alone and face those challenges as well. But the hermit, what they do is they go deep and introspective, and they do all that internal work. So then they can turn around and go out into the world. So perhaps we're not seeing how you're going to go out into this world, out onto this new journey, this new pathway with all of this information. But it's saying that there's definitely some decision making. There's definitely a kind of a holding back on your emotion, not sharing too much of your emotion with everyone, looking at your options, weighing things up, evaluating your world, evaluating everything that you've created. You're making plans. You know, the Three of Wands, which comes after the two, is about going out and getting your ships. Don't wait for them to come in, go out and get them. So you're kind of planning that next phase of how do I step up and go out and get what I need. But something's hidden, something's not revealed to us. And then we had the Ten of Swords. So we are doing this as a week read. So let's just say we did have the end of June, July element here. So that may come in. But again, it just might mean that you're Cancerian. It might point to that. So decisions made, emotional setup, perhaps Cancerian energy, emotions, love, but a new opportunity. You're trying to weigh up where you're going to do it. Are you going to move? Is this some international thing that you're doing? We don't have the full story yet, so we can't weigh up everything yet. And again, it's holding back, it's working with the moon energy, self-reflection. Again, the moon pulls on our tides. So the moon pulls on the tides of the waters, of the seas, of the ocean. Tide goes out, tide comes in. We are made of mostly water. So our energies, our body is pulling in the same way. That's magnetic pull with the moon. So acknowledge how you're feeling at different times with the moon as well. And then the Ten of Swords is exhaustion, overwhelm, burnout. So be mindful this week of how the pressure of this decision is causing your emotion to stir. You're trying to plan, you're trying to weigh things up. You're looking at everything that you have to look at. You're examining your world closely. But it's like you don't have everything you need to make the decision. You don't have the full information. That your emotions, again, the emotions get pulled with the moon. So be mindful of the full moon this month. because it can be overwhelming. This is causing you a great deal of suffering. So this decision is causing you suffering, and you've got all these ideas, and you've perhaps got all these opinions from other people being thrown at you. Perhaps you've had a lot of people against you in the past, and in a sense stabbing you in the back. And that leads you to weigh up those swords as well. So when you make your decision, you're not just making your decision as of now. You're making your decision based on all of the pains that you have experienced, all of the stabbings, all of the information that has come through over time. So you're not just making it on a whim. You're coming from this place of having had a very challenging experience. Now, the benefit to this is we've got land here and water. So he's managed to drag himself onto the beachfront. He's managed to drag himself onto the grass here, the dunes. So there's an element of he's okay. He is okay. But he's just a bit wrecked right now. And the 10 in this card tells us that it won't get any worse than this. So it is a period of decision making, a period of weighing things up, a period of working with the moon cycle, with how your energy is pulled during that. Perhaps this Cancerian energy, there might be a Cancer male that's in your life or coming into your life, and you have to decide, do you want to be with this person? Am I not getting the full story? Are the communications not going so well? So 10 of Swords again is that communication. So that could be an element of it as well. So let's see what else. We'll go to the Tower of the Heart, just in case it is about someone coming in and, oops, something that's come out straight away. It says, I think it says manifest. It does indeed. So manifest. This is the manifest card. So this is like the magician. So you have all the power to manifest exactly what you need in your life, and it's time to reclaim this power. 2025 was a 9 year, so 2 + 2 + 5 = 9. 9 is all about completions, about things coming to an end. So I think that's still sort of dribbling into 2026, this ending, this sealing up, this coming to a completion. And then 2026, 2 + 2 + 6 is 10, and 10 and 1 is 1 and 0 is 1, so we have the 1. So this is all about 2026 and your new start, and the fact that there's an element of you can think things too much, you can overthink. So your 10 of Swords might be your thoughts. So your thoughts, your own thoughts are crushing you. Your own thoughts are causing your suffering. So 2026 is all about manifesting. So it's about not overthinking. It's about creating. It's about using the 2 of Wands, transforming the 2 of Swords, that indecision, into the 2 of Wands. I have creative energy, I have passion, let's go for it. Let's make this happen. Manifest it, make it come to reality. You have the power to bring that energy from the heavens down to the earth, to bring that. It's almost like the Holy Grail here. He's got like gifts that he can use to make something happen in his life. Let's just take one more of these because that's quite interesting. So not to overthink and more to plan, yes, but these are action plans that you can take to help you manifest what you want. So maybe it's getting clear on what you want. What is it you want? Write things down. Communicate with your higher self. It's not just about, what I want a car or I want a handbag or I want to. It's what do you want to get out of your life? What do you want to leave behind? Like, do you want to enjoy your 80 odd years, or do you want to feel crushed by life for 60 of those and then maybe enjoy 5 and then maybe suffer? You have to weigh out. You're here. Every day you get, how are you choosing to experience it? And it is a choice. Like, you can go to your work, you can go in your transport, in your car, however, and you can go, well, this is actually, I'm going to work for you and blah, blah, blah. But it's my day. This day belongs to me. So even though I'm doing work, I'm going to go in there with the attitude of joy, because this is my day too. So I'm not going to let myself get overwhelmed and upset, because that's a day I've spent overwhelmed and upset. So it's learning about the choices you can make and how you move into your day, the choices you can continually make throughout your day, because it won't be, easy as pie the whole time. But those choices will help you create a better energy, a better environment, a better resonance, a better magnetic pull, like the moon is telling us to magnetize our ideal scenario to us. And then the higher, more joyful we are, the more this higher vibrational support comes back to us, is magnetized to us. But we have to choose that. We have to choose that in every moment. We have to stop the overthinking, the ruminating, and we have to move out towards our Three of Wands, move out towards claiming what we want, but learning how to manifest it. So manifestation is always, yes, there's action, but prior to action, there's energy. Correct your energy first. And then we have listen. So this is interesting. We've got 1 and 2. So it's like following steps. So you manifest and then you listen. You listen to your internal voice. You listen, you close your eyes and you take moments of introspection to listen, to hear the voice of the higher, to hear the voice of your higher self, to let that energy come through and inform you. And it's almost, he's kind of got prayer hands here, so it's almost like moments of prayer, moments of introspection. It's like he's got a pink crystal, so it could be a ruby, or it could even be purple, it could be amethyst as well. So what does Tuesday? I'm seeing it here as listening to your higher self and listen. It's so funny, right? You have cards and then sometimes you read them and you haven't noticed something and now I've just noticed something. So there's rings coming out from his head. Can you see all these little rings? It's like radar. It's like radar coming out. So he is listening to the resonance of the world, listening to the resonance of the earth, listening to the resonance of cosmos, listening to the resonance of the people, listening to the resonance of the energy within. He is listening to that. He's listening to the feedback that's coming all around him. It's like sonar. I was hearing my voice, sonar. It's not sonar. It's sonar. It's like sonar. It's like he's able to find the fields of information by listening clearly and taking that in and contemplating with it. It's not rushing to action. He's contemplating. To quiet the mental chatter. To pay attention to what the other person is really saying. It says too often in conversations you're already planning what you're going to say while the other person is still talking. And sometimes you can't help that, because when someone's saying something and it comes up in your mind, you kind of go, yeah, and you pipe in, and then the conversation continues and you're able to share because you understand more about what they're saying. Sometimes if you let somebody have this big soliloquy, then it leaves you at the end completely lost because you've not been able to engage with the person throughout everything that they're saying. So there's something about that lovely tennis match over and back, which is great. But sometimes by not truly listening, you don't hear what the person has said. You weren't present for that person. And that makes me think of the King of Cups, because it's that sense of feeling a certain way, but they're kind of covering over the truth a little with their hard shell, because the world is difficult and hard. and they're so sensitive, they have to armor themselves. So you might be in conversation with somebody, but are you really hearing and tuning into them? Are you hearing their frequency? And if you're tuning into someone and able to hear their frequency, you're able to communicate with them much, much better. So listening involves many senses, so using your eyes to see the body language. So it's not just like what somebody says to you, it's the whole thing. Use your ears to hear not just the words, but the tone used to express them. And Eckhart Tolle would say, it's not just the words, it's the space between the words. The space holds information and a rhythm, and spaces between words are important. Use your intuition to get a sense of what a person is really saying and feeling. Intuition often helps you hear what is not said as well as what is said. And that's the moon as well, this intuitive side, this able to intuit what is going on in a situation. Center yourself and use all of your senses to understand what is actually being communicated. Listening is a gift. Most important, give this gift to yourself. So as well as listening to others, listen to yourself. Tune into your mind, body and soul. Are you listening? What do you hear? So that's super. That is super. And that's what we were saying at the start. It's not just these ideas. We have to tune in. We have to distract ourselves from, or, hide from all the distractions and just tune in. The hermit tunes in. To manifest, we have to get clear on what we want, but then we have to tune in and adjust our frequency, adjust our vibration, the frequency coming out from him is kind of radio waves. Okay, let's go to the angel deck and see what we've got. Can you give us some more clarification on this? So it truly is what, again, we've got a 2, so 2 of swords, 2 of wands, and the 2 here, which is a lot of these 2s. So again, this quandary, this question, this will I, this won't I, do I go this way, do I go that way? So 2 have kind of come out properly. One is called listening. Right, so that's double listening, which is to the angels, so that's interesting. And then we have enchantment. So enchantment is lovely, this beautiful unicorn. I saw, I was on the way home on a bus today, and I saw someone's pram. Their kids were down the back, and the pram was there, and there was a little cuddly toy in the pram. It was a unicorn. So here we have the unicorn. I was thinking to myself about unicorns and how to explain unicorns to people, and why do we know about unicorns in the first place. So they're an enchanted, higher frequency being, and we've got this beautiful swan flying through as well. And this card is all about getting to know yourself, getting to know how enchanting you are, discover more about you, and let that come out into the world. Start to express who you are, because you're an enchanting being, and you're charismatic and beautiful, and you're like the unicorn, you're like an original. So be able to express that into the world. And look right next to this beautiful tree. So the tree is giving you that strength and that stability and that connection to nature. So getting to connected to nature as well to help you clear your energy. Because if you could just go for a walk in the park, if you go and sit by a tree, if you go near nature, it is working on your energy field. When you walk through a group of trees, the trees are clearing your energy field. They have their own energy field that goes out all around them, and your energy fields collide, and they're able to rebalance and clear out your field. So that's lovely. That's getting back into that sensing who you are because you have listened. You have listened to your higher self, and you are able to listen to the angels. So send up those questions. Send up what you have to decide upon, and listen to what the higher guidance is. That's what this was. Listen to what the higher guidance is. That's what this is. Close your eyes and connect, and the swords go right up to the heavens. So you're listening to what's coming down, the information that's coming down. You're getting higher guidance. You're getting higher information, but can you hear it? So many people who are not into, mediumship or channeling or anything like that, they don't necessarily hear their higher selves, or don't know what their higher selves sound like, or how to connect in that way. But I think maybe now you're going to start tuning into that. Maybe now you're starting to, as we move into 2026, as Ascension moves forward, as Saturn leaves Pisces, as Neptune moves into Aries, it's going to open up this consciousness awareness that you're able then to tune into more, to use more. But it does require a listening, and that's why meditation is good. And when I say meditation, I don't necessarily mean for people to sit for hours and learn how to do Buddhist meditation or Tibetan meditation or whatever. Or Hindu meditation or Christian meditation, whatever. It's more about stopping and listening. And as a healer, it's one of the critical things, because you have to, by practicing that stopping and being and receiving and just opening up space. And yes, the noise comes in your head, but as you continue, that will eventually find a way just to dissipate, just to move off. But it's a process, so you can't get there day 1, you can't get there day 5. It takes a little while to build up to that. But as you get better at it, then it's things like, if you're doing healing, you have to kind of listen intently. As you're scanning someone's body, you have to listen to what's going on. So it means that, they say it's like listening to a good friend. You have to listen, what's happening here? And then, if, sometimes my hand will stop over someone, say their knee, and go, what's going on here? And I'll get pictures and words and information. But if I was just going, oh, da 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 da, I'm not tuning in, I'm not hearing. So it's what's coming through as well. We have to be able to receive what's coming through. So I'm going to do one more from the Priestess of Light deck, which is a beautiful deck. I'm hoping to maybe invest in a couple of more decks. So if you've got any suggestions on nice tarot decks, oracle decks, let me know below. It's always nice to have a few extras just to mix things up a bit, but let's just ask these cards. The Priestess of Light. Priestess, what do you want us to know about this read? How do you want to pull it all together? What are we missing? What do you want to let us know? Can we have one card, please, that matches the read? One card, please. Always looks like there's 2 or 3 going to come out, and then it's like, oh, there we go, we've got one. Perfect. Sometimes you take your eye off the ball, it works. Now, I often read this one, so let's see what it says. Oh, sensuality, feminine wisdom, passion. Nice. And it's 38, 8, 9, 10, 11, so that's 11. That's very, very nice. I think that's the one on the front of the deck. Yes, it is. Look, same image. So that's cool. Oh, 38, 11, 1 and 1 is 2. So in a sense, this is another 2. Pathway, this way, that way. Question, do I, don't I? Let's see what it says. I'll just give you a brief on this. 38. So it's time to open up to the more sensuous side of life. Touch, taste, see, and hear with a heightened appreciation and awareness. The tiger is calling you to slow down and really experience the joys of the senses. Savor every moment of a beautiful scene, a sweet taste, a tender touch that sparks soul appreciation. Just checking I am recording. The resulting energetic momentum brings you in alignment with the beauty and bliss of the universe. In addition, a more passionate sensuality may be on the rise. The tiger totem also brings messages of feminine wisdom, which is the moon actually. That's the divine feminine. Feminine wisdom and devotion. For tigress are devoted mothers. This may foretell a period of dedicating more time to your family, or even a new devotion to the needs of your own sweet inner child. Listen to your intuition in these and all matters. This wisdom is alive in you and ready to advise. Don't be fooled, however, by the rise of the feminine. Your gentle nature is matched by great power at this time. Tigers often hunt at night, so you may experience an increasing evening activities, both social and professional. You might also be feeling more adventurous and more willing to take risks. In fact, you may now find yourself becoming more passionate about a great many things. Enjoy your newfound zest for life. And for any of those that are tigers in the Chinese zodiac, this is one for you too. I am a tiger. So that's lovely. But again, it was about listening. Again, it's that download. That's divine feminine. The moon is divine feminine. So be aware, as well as listening to the body, because this, we have to remember, is that exhaustion, is that overwhelm. Are you finding yourself low, your immunity low? Certainly in January, I've noticed so many people, and they are all suffering from colds and flus. They are coughing, they are sneezing, they are taking time off work. So that's in the air as well. So listen to your body and give your body what it needs. If your body needs garlic, ginger, honey, if it needs more water, if it needs hot whiskey, something that will help your body fight, listen to it. Your body is speaking to you all the time, but we're ignoring it because we're so distracted. So by listening to our body, we're also listening to the what our body is saying, and then that's what we're putting out into the world. So we have to be wary to manifest. We have to listen to that signal. The signal we're sending out all around us, we have to listen to it. And also the signal that's coming back when we ask for help. We are going to be moving into this enchanting period, this sensual period. But we must listen internally to that. Gosh, it's a lot of internal work, a lot of emotions. Yeah. And in fact, there's no money or work here at all. So money and work is usually the pentacles. There's none of that here at all. It's about some decision. It's about some King of Cups in your life. King of Cups energy, Cancerian energy, but also sensitive energy. It's about examining your world and making plans, following the moon cycles, knowing the divine feminine energy, self-reflection, protecting yourself, maybe armoring yourself. Maybe the crab has come up a couple of times because it's protect yourself. Because you're feeling vulnerable. You're feeling vulnerable with everyone's opinions. Listen to yourself. In order to manifest, listen to the signal that you're sending out. So we'll just do one more to finish. I hope this resonates. I hope it makes sense. Let me know if it does. Do give me a thumbs up, and I would love a comment as well if you think it's for you, if you think it makes sense with regards to you and your life, and if it helps in any way. Do leave me a comment so I know. Okay. Oh, we've got one. I just wanted one just to see what. It's usually just one more. Allowing. And it says, radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment. So what's needed can come next. So So if you're pushing against your own life, you're going to work and you're thinking, oh my God, I can't go to work. You're pushing against it. But you have to say, I'm going to work to earn this money. How lucky am I? And then remember, like I said before, this is a day that you're spending. This is a day of your life. So yes, you're in a scenario which isn't perfect, but it's the day in your life. So remember, do it for you. And the more you accept this radical acceptance of you in this situation, in this life, then reality in any given moment, radical acceptance says yes to reality in any given moment. So what's needed can come next. Because if you're fighting it, the energy is in fighting against it. So it should be accepted as it is, and then what you need actually comes. Because acceptance is, you can be pushing something, but if you accept it, you go, okay, I accept. So you're not pushing anymore. So what you need can come. Amazing. Okay, shall we just do one more? Let me do one. These were the little affirmation cards, the inspiration cards that I gave to people in their soul set boxes. So thank you for replying. I get such lovely comments from people who opened their Christmas soul set boxes. So that's wonderful to hear. And there was we did channeled messages in there, and they resonated with people. And there's also some audio messages for the upgrade box sets, and they too were received very, very well. So let's see what your inspiration for today is. It says, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They can only be felt. Interesting. And for me, that's like love and emotion and feeling and sensitivity. You can't see those things. They're not visual, they're not structured, they're not physical. You can't touch them. But they're the best and most beautiful things in the world. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your first read after the new year. I hope that was okay for you. Do let me know. And I look forward to doing the little shorter pieces as well to camera. So do follow me on my social media sites just in case one of those is especially for you. So, especially for you, Kylie and Jason. Maybe they'll be coming up in the news. Who knows? But yeah, I wish you a great week. Take care of yourselves. And I look forward to being with you soon. Bye-bye.